नहमदहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बिश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली वजअल ली वज़ीरम मिन अहली अल्लाहुम्मा फ़क़्हिना फ़िद्दीन आमीन सुम्मा आमीन। Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In the next few sessions, I will be giving you a very basic but a very simple introduction to Arabic grammar. And the purpose of these brief sessions will be that it will make the comprehension of the word-to-word translation much more easier, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, support us, and guide us. Rabbi zidni ilma. To start off with, we all know that in English or in any other language, the basic words are the nouns, which are the naming words, then they are the verbs which show an action, and then they are the short joining or the connecting words, which are generally the conjunctions and the prepositions, and then we have the pronouns which are used instead of the noun. And then we have adjectives which explain the quality or the quantity of the noun which is being talked about. Now, today, talking about the nouns, the first thing which we need to understand and recognize is which noun is a common noun. A common noun is the name used for any person, any place, anything. And how do we recognize that a noun is a common noun in Arabic is that if on the last alphabet of the word, of that noun, the word, there is two zabar or two pesh or two zer. Like you see jannatun. This means what? I'll always translate is as any garden or a garden. Kitabin, a book. Musliman, a Muslim or any Muslim. So when you have two zabar, two pesh or two zer on the last alphabet of the word for a noun, then it is what? It is a common noun. Now, as far as the proper noun, identification of the proper noun is concerned, when the beginning words of alif and lam are attached to a noun, this is usually a proper noun. A proper noun being the name of a special or a particular or a proper place or person or a thing. So it is recognized with an alif lam in the beginning of the word. As you saw, there was jannatun, so it was any garden. When it is al-jannah, it becomes the garden. When it is al-kitab, it becomes a specific the book. When it is ar-rasul, when it is just rasulun, it will be any rasul. But when it is ar-rasul, it will be a specific rasul which the Quran or which we are talking about in Arabic. Next thing what we need to relate while we are talking about a noun is the gender of the noun. And the gender can be feminine and masculine. In Arabic, what we need to do is that we need to recognize the noun if it is feminine. And if it has the points for the recognition of feminine, it will be considered as feminine. And if these points are not present, then it will be considered as a masculine. So the points of identification for the gender are just specified for the feminine noun, but there are no specific indications for a masculine noun. So points to recognize a feminine noun is that the last alphabet of the noun if it is around ta. Like in jannatin, kalimatin, shajaratin, baldatin. This is what it means, that it is a feminine. Then when there is khari zabar and ya, this will be a feminine noun like kubra, sughra. When there is alif madda a and hamza in the end of the word like sughra, safra'un, this will be what? This will be a feminine. And then the paired parts of the body, like we have 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 feet, all these are what? These paired parts of the body are the paired organs of the body, like we have 2 kidneys and we have 2 lungs. So these paired parts of the body are also taken as feminine in Quran and in Arabic. And all the heavenly bodies of the universe, like the sun, the moon, the stars, these are all considered as feminine. And the angels are also considered as feminine. And angels are feminine because al-malaikatu, there is the gold ta, the round ta in the end. So this is also considered as feminine. So all those nouns which do not have the indications or the recognizing points for a feminine will be considered as masculine. Now, regarding the quantity, the number of the nouns, this is a concept which we need to understand for Arabic language specifically is different from English and even from many other languages. Because like in English, we have a singular for a thing which is 1 in quantity, and for anything which is more than 1, we label it as a plural. But in Arabic, there is a quantity for 1 which is known as wahid, and then there is a noun for things which are 2, and this is known as tasniya. And then there is a quantity for plural which is more than 2. So we need to see certain points of identification for the tasniya, that is the 2, and for the plural. Wahid is 1, and tasniya is 2, and plural is more than 2. So how do we identify that a noun is showing that it is for 2? When in the end of the word there is hamza sakin and nun zer ni, or there is ya sakin and nun zer ni. Like for a Muslim, the word is Muslim. But when it is Muslimani, it means 2 Muslims. Or when it is Muslimaini, it means 2 Muslims. I will, inshallah, in advanced sessions, I think, inshallah, I will explain that why at certain places it is Muslimani and why at certain places it is Muslimaini. But I think till now it should be sufficient for you to remember that when there is ani at the end of the word or aini at the end of the word, Muslimani and Muslimaini means what? 2 Muslims. So now for the indication of plurals. If in the end of the word there is waw sakin and nun zabarna, una, or in the end of the word there is ya sakin and nun zabarna, that is ina, it will be a plural noun. Like from Muslim, we will have muslimuna or muslimina, and that will mean what? More than 2 Muslims or plural Muslims. May it be Muslimuna and Muslimina. Why do we use Muslimuna at certain places and why do we rather prefer Muslimina at other places? Inshallah, this we will be discussing in the future sessions. So this is sufficient for the sessions of today, and I would request all of you to open up your Quran and out of like 2 two stanzas of Quran, try to find out the proper nouns and the common nouns. Identify the common nouns and the proper nouns in the two stanzas, and then make a list. And then after that, the next thing you have to do is you have to identify and see if you can pick out which noun is a feminine and which are the masculine nouns. And then if you have time, it would be excellent if you can pick out which nouns are plural and which nouns. This might be like something difficult because the tasniya is mentioned very infrequently in Quran, and the two stanzas of Quran you might have opened might not have any tasniya, but do give it a try. Inshallah, may Allah help us, support us, guide us. Allahumma fakkihna fid deen. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da is hadaytana wa hab lana min ladunka rahma innaka antal wahhab.